Welcome to USA Global TV and Radio, where our mission is to provide education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. USA Global TV and Radio connects you with experts and audiences all around the world every single day to help you succeed in business and to live a richer life. Visit us at usaglobaltv.com to learn about career and life-changing training and mentoring programs like the Listening Mentor. Subscribe to our newsletter to stay informed about our special programs and offers. Discover how you can become a guest on one of our shows or a host or producer of a USA Global TV and Radio show of your very own. That's USA Global TV and Radio, where the doctor is always in.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to USA Global TV and Radio, where we provide world-class education, inspiration, and hope. I'm Dr. JACALYN KERBECK, and we have a very special episode for you today. We're on Amazon Live, and we are featuring Ring Thing and the founder of this incredible product. We're going to be talking specifically about how and when she created this product, how we can use it. I have one right here. I'm super excited to show it to you. So please do go ahead, settle in, and get ready to buy. Let's welcome to the program Kimberly SCHAEFER. Let's hear what she's been up to and how she created Ring Thing. Hello, welcome.
Hi, good morning. It's great to see you.
It's great to have you with us. Where are you joining us from today?
I'm in San Diego.
Well, thanks for getting up super early to be with us.
Oh, no problem. It's an honor to be here, so thank you.
Thank you. You know, we've really come full circle. You and I were introduced by someone who is on our platform here, and you and I connected. We have a number of things in common. And here we are today talking about Ring Thing and the incredible value that you brought to so many people. So, Kimberly, I would love for you to share a little bit about your background. When did you realize that you were an entrepreneur?
Well, thank you. You know, it's been an interesting process. So I spent my career at UC San Diego as a research administrator. I was the administrative director of the Center for AIDS Research for 15 years and director of clinical operations with an Alzheimer's research group for 14 years. And so I was very embedded in the scientific world, and I loved it. But, you know, in 2013, I had this situation where I went to the nail salon and I needed to take my rings off to get a manicure, and there was nowhere for me to put them. And I kept looking around and saying, there must be something. And I was putting them in my purse, in my pocket. And I just kept thinking there has to be a solution to this. And I came up with the idea of the ring thing. And my very first model was made out of paper towel. It was kind of like an origami shape that I made. And I kept thinking about it, and I was still working full time at the university. And I thought, I just want to give this a try. I don't know anything about product development or manufacturing, but I don't want to get to the end of my life and wonder what would have happened if I had tried. So I just started. And in 2014, I hired an engineering student at the university to help me with the initial drawings. And I just worked on it bit by bit over 8 years. I was working in a very demanding job, and sometimes I actually slept on my office floor if we had a grant due. So it was very time consuming, and I loved that. But I also kept working on the ring thing as I could. So along the way, I got 3 patents and a trademark, and I set up the company. I found a manufacturer and learned about that. And then in 2021, I had the first product in my hand to start selling. And that really synced well with my retirement from the university. I hit the 33-year mark with the university. I retired in early 2021, and I thought, I'm fortunate that I'm young enough to have a second chapter, and I want this to be it. So I've been learning a lot. I didn't know anything. The marketing world and the business world is very different than the science world. And so it's been a wonderful journey, and I'm still learning every day.
Well, congratulations. I love your story. And when I first heard it, I was so taken back by it. I watch Shark Tank regularly, and I see people come forward and they've put up their house, they've borrowed money from their family and friends. And many times it doesn't work out, and people get disheartened and they get sad. They know they have something, but they just can't bring it to market. And you've done that. So you really should applaud yourself and feel incredible about it, especially what you touched on. I can't even tell you, before I found Ring Thing, I would go to work out and I like to wear my jewelry, but you don't want to wear your jewelry when you're working out because you could damage it. Stones fall out. I've done that. And you put it in a pocket, you put it in the bag. The next thing you know, you have no idea where the thing is. And then you're disheartened. You didn't have jewelry insurance. It just goes on and on and on. So during this journey, what were some of the things that came up for you that you were kind of like, you know what, I don't know, maybe I can't do this? Or did that not happen to you?
It did happen along the way. And it's really an important question because I think it happens probably for everybody. There were things that I just didn't know anything about. Like, even how do I find an injection molding company? That was really a journey for me to do that. I really wanted it to be made in the United States. And so I spoke to companies all across the country, actually, before finding a manufacturer that I worked with. And, it's an interesting product because it's a combination of, it's injection molded, but there is some handwork in the assembly of it. And that's not a common model for most injection molders. And so I was very lucky to find someone who was wonderful here in the United States. But, there were definitely moments when I thought, gosh, this might not work out. I don't know how to do this, and I don't know the language that they speak. And so I think one of the benefits of doing it over a long period of time slowly is it did give me time to learn along the way. And I didn't have pressure that I've got to get it to market in 3 months, so I have to learn all of this right now. And so I did, in a sense, I had the luxury of time to learn those lessons. I would also say that marketing continues to be something that I'm learning a lot about. Coming from a science background, my inclination is to say, here's what it is, here's what it does, it's good. And that's all true, but that really doesn't work as a marketing tool. And so I've had to learn how to really show my excitement about it and make it interesting. And that's an art that I'm learning and still learning.
Well, again, congratulations. You've done an amazing job. And right now on the screen, we do have the link for people to buy Ring Thing on Amazon. Go ahead, go there, learn more. I want to share a little bit about the packaging and what I experienced when I received Ring Thing in the mail. So I'm just going to spotlight myself for just a moment, and then I'll come right back to you. So here's what happened. I received this package in the mail, and I opened it up. I've already opened it, but I repackaged it for the programming. And I was actually thrilled with the way that it was packaged because it was very secure. And you're going to see when I opened it up, I saw 2 things right away. The first is I saw this ring thing, just the thing for your ring, and using ring thing, how to actually use it, what the steps are, and this beautiful card. Look at this beautiful handwritten card. That's I don't have to share what it says because it's personal, but it was beautiful and really touched me, the fact that Kimberly took the time to write a handwritten note. And then when we go into the package, as I mentioned, it's very well packaged and secure. And then here we actually have a thank you sticker, which is really nice, and this beautiful blue paper. And inside, look again. Okay, look how well this is packaged. It's a beautiful sack here that the ring thing is in. And here it is. Da-da, da-da-da. So all you have to do is twist it open. And inside, this is what it looks like. And you'll see that there are several things in here. Why? So that you can stack your rings. And I'm going to do that in just a moment. Let's bring Kim back on. Mm-hmm. Hey, there you are. Wow, what a great packaging, a great way to market your product. Did you come up with this by yourself?
I did, yes. It was just important to me that it feel good. I didn't want to just throw it into a box or throw it into an envelope, but quality is important to me at every single step. And so that includes the production, but it also includes the packaging. So I'm thrilled to hear your feedback on it. Thank you for that.
No, thank you. I think it makes a huge difference how things are packaged. So right now I'm actually putting a couple of my rings in here. And as you can see, here they are. They're stacked. And then I can go ahead and put the cap back on. And this comes in various colors, doesn't it?
Yes, I have it in 6 colors currently, and there'll be some more colors coming out soon.
Can you show us what you have currently?
Sure, yes. Okay, so let's see. I'll try to make these not move. I have it in a lovely desert pink, a ruby red, black onyx, the royal blue that you have, an olive green, which is actually a wonderful neutral color, and then a deep plum. So I love jewelry, and I started with the jewel tones, and so that was the first collection that I had.
I love that. You started with jewel tones. That's incredible. So let's talk a little bit more. Now, what do we have here and how do we use this?
Mm-hmm. So one of the things that I found when I was developing it, and again, was based out of my own need in the beginning as well, was I wanted to be able to clip it inside my bag, onto water bottles or onto my keychain. So I wanted something that was flexible. So if you clip it, the clip can clip inside your bag, onto your keys, onto your water bottle, and then it can hang, but it also gives you the flexibility to tuck it if you need to. And you can tuck it in your pocket, into a small pouch within your bag, just to give you maximum flexibility. And then it also can swing a little bit, again, just to give you a little bit of movement with it. The cord itself is paracord, and it's a 275-pound paracord, so it's extremely durable. And in fact, the ring thing itself is made out of the same material as Legos, so it doesn't hurt the same way that Legos do when you stand on them. But I actually have a video of someone, a full-grown man, standing on the ring thing twice, stepping off of it, and it opens perfectly. It's extremely, extremely strong and extremely durable.
I love that. A true life testimonial. That's incredible. So you are selling this on Amazon, and obviously for people who are not aware, Amazon is a great place to go ahead and sell. And I have to say that I am an Amazon influencer. I will get compensated some small amount for any ring thing that is purchased. I have to say that. And I'm proud to be an Amazon influencer. So what are the advantages to people who buy this on Amazon?
Mm-hmm. Certainly, and I agree with you. Amazon is a wonderful marketplace. I think it's easy for us to think of Amazon as just a big company, but in my experience, it's much more than that. It's supporting small businesses. So I'm a small independent business, and it gives me the opportunity to reach people who I might not be able to reach on my own. And so it actually is a marketplace made out of individual vendors, and I really appreciate that. So on Amazon, there are a number of advantages. One is the ease of searching and purchasing things. If you're a Prime member, you can have it in a day or 2 days. It's extremely fast with the delivery. And they have an easy way to interact with vendors, and they're very responsive to questions. So I for me, it's been a very, very positive experience.
Now, I agree with you. One of the other advantages which you touched on is the fact that they can get your product out to places and they can get it there fast. Sometimes I look and I see, wow, it can be delivered at 4 a.m. I'm thinking it's
Yes.
amazing. So right now, where are you shipping this? Who is this available to?
It's actually available internationally. So I'm selling it on Amazon in the US, Mexico, Canada. It's on those Amazon platforms, but it can be shipped anywhere.
So for everybody listening, it doesn't matter. You can get it. You don't have to be here in the States. You can get it where you are. Now, I'm sure there's definitely countries where it's available and probably available even quicker. So what's the advantage, by the way? I love this. When you open it up, everything is still in the nice place that it was. It's all secure. What is the advantage of stacking with I don't know what these are called, these stackers?
Yes, so yeah, they're separator discs, and so one of the advantages is that if you do wear multiple rings, and many of us do, including me, I was very worried when I first would stack rings inside. I don't want them to bang into each other. These are my precious rings that I've spent money on myself, or they have been gifted to me, and they have great emotional value. And I didn't want them to bang into each other and potentially damage each other inside the ring thing. So it has a padded base so that rings do not bang against the bottom. And then the separator discs do exactly as you showed, which is allow you to safely stack. And you can stack, I've gotten up to 6 different bands on a single ring thing. And it just gives you that protection of being able to stack them and protect them. I also want to mention that the closure of the ring thing is so airtight, it's waterproof and floats. So if you happen to drop it in the water at the pool or at the beach or in a lake, it will pop right back up to the top. And I have had these floating for 5 hours before at shows and events, and they continue to float. I've never had one sink. So it's that airtight that it protects your rings in that additional way.
You thought of really everything, and I saw the video of these floating, and I thought that's so cool. So something that I really just want to highlight, because people buy from people who they like, and you really have put your heart and soul into this. You have had adversity that you've had to overcome. You were working full time while you were doing this. And so what would you like people to know about why this is not just an egg-shaped thing that people can stand on? I mean, this is protecting your memories. It's protecting your investment. Tell us more.
Yes, that's exactly right. It's, I'll give a personal example. I was at the gym not so long ago, and I went to the weightlifting bench, and I found someone's wedding ring on the ground right next to the weightlifting bench, and nobody was in sight. And I thought, I know exactly what happened here. This person was lifting weights, didn't want to have their ring on while they were lifting weights, and they took it off and then just forgot it and went on to their next machine. So I turned it into the front desk, and hopefully that person found it. But that's the kind of thing, this is someone's wedding ring. And not only was there a cost with that for them financially, but there's an emotional attachment. And so our rings mean so much to us. It could be, I have a ring from my grandmother. I have my grandmother's wedding ring, which was not worth a lot of money. They were immigrants, so it's not valuable financially, but emotionally to me, that means everything. So it's really important to me to protect not just the financial investment, but the emotional part of our rings, and to keep them safe. We live very active lives, and I love the idea of people. I've used my ring thing walking on the Camino de Santiago in France, and I've used it at the gym. I've used it traveling across the country. And it just gives peace of mind and that flexibility of, I'm going to live my life and I don't have to worry about my rings while I'm doing it. So that was very important to me. It's also, I'm very involved in anti-human trafficking efforts. And so I donate a portion of each sale to anti-human trafficking nonprofits. So I had the phrase in my mind, making a difference one ring at a time. And so it's the importance to me of the ring thing is both having it come from my head into reality, also knowing that it's helping to keep people's really treasured rings safe. And it's a way for me to give back a little bit. I hope to be able to give back more soon, but I give a portion of each sale to anti-human trafficking nonprofits.
Kimberly, that is so huge. We had you here on Global Social Entrepreneurs, I believe, with Ann Scotland, and you were sharing about how you give a portion of each sale back. And what I want people to realize is that you may look at this and you're not familiar with it, right? You're used to taking your ring off. You're doing the dishes. You have it there on the ledge, and you think nothing's going to happen because I'm on top of it. It takes a split second for something to happen, for you to get distracted, and boom, it's gone. And so not only are you protecting your memories, but there is something to be said when you lose a piece of jewelry. I wear my stuff. I'm not waiting for a special occasion. In fact, my jeweler's always like, you really shouldn't be. I'm like, no, I am wearing it because one day I am no longer going to be here. So I'm washing my hands a zillion times during the day. You can get soap, you get all kinds of things. You put it in the ring thing while you're doing it. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to clean it again. So not only, it's not like a fear tactic that I'm trying to instill in people. You get a sense of peace of mind. Tell us what your thoughts are about that.
Yes, I absolutely agree. It's as you said, it's so easy. Like in the kitchen, we might be cooking and you want to take your rings off because you don't want you're using your hands to cook and you don't want your rings involved with that. And just it's easy to set them on a shelf and then forget about it. Or, sometimes we hear in the news about celebrities who have lost their rings in their hotel rooms because they take them off too and tie them maybe onto their shoes or put them onto a cupboard and forget about it. So it's so, as you said, it can just take a split second, or you put it in your purse somewhere and you know that you've put it in your purse, but you can't remember exactly where, or it's not easy to find it in your purse. And this makes it really easy. You can put the ring thing just itself can just be dropped into your purse, or you can use the clip and clip it to a hook inside your purse to make it even easier to find it. And also when we're out doing activities. So when I was walking on the Camino de Santiago a year or two ago, my fingers swell when I'm walking. And so I had to take my rings off because I couldn't wear them with my swollen fingers. And I just clipped it inside my backpack and I knew it was always with me. And, it gives that peace of mind. Also, when you're traveling and going through TSA, sometimes you want to have your ring wardrobe with you in your carry-on bag. And it just makes it very easy to go through TSA. You can stack your rings for your trip inside and use it as a travel accessory also. So it's really, for me, the idea came from the nail salon, but the application is so much broader than that. I actually have friends who called me when I was working on it before I had it in my hand and available, and they were at the massage parlor and said, I'm getting a massage. I have to take all of my jewelry off and I don't have anywhere to put my rings. I need your ring thing. So, that was something I hadn't even thought about, but that's the kind of place it's very easy to leave your jewelry behind. You go get a massage, you're relaxed, you go out the door and now you've forgotten your rings at the massage parlor. So it's really interesting as I started working on it to see how many uses there are for it.
And think about the amount of stress you're saving people, that they don't have to be so worked up about it. And something you just said about fingers getting swollen, this is something that happened to me because I really had no place to put my rings. I went out to dinner and I must have eaten something I was allergic to. And at the time I had 4 rings on this finger. And I thought, well, I don't want to take them off, but at the same time I could feel them swelling. By the time I got home, my finger was completely swollen. I ended up in the emergency room and they said they were going to cut off my rings. And as they started doing it, I was like, you don't understand. You can. It's numbered and stamped and it's like, it's your finger. Do you want your finger or do you want the rings? And I had wished I had not been so in my head and I had taken them off, but I didn't have anywhere to put them. And they ended up sawing off all of the rings. My finger was black and they said they were going to have to cut it off. And I never forgot that. So what you have created is really finger saving and life saving. It's on It's available right now on Amazon for $19.95. And there's a special promotion, which we're showing right now, which is 10 live shows. So you can use this code now to save. So let's just summarize. This is available. Ring Thing is available internationally. It's available on Amazon. You can save right now using this code. And not only does this give you a place to keep your ring safe, it gives you peace of mind. It gives you the ability to save jewelry that can be handed down generation after generation, but it also gives you an empowerment and a liberation to be able to go through your day and not have to worry about your jewelry.
Yes, that's absolutely right. You've summarized it beautifully. Yes, you're absolutely right.
So a question I have for you, someone makes a purchase, whether it's now or in the future, because as I mentioned to you, we're going to be running this over and again. We're going to do search engine optimization, getting it out to as many people as possible. How does that donation to charity actually take place for people who are wondering?
Sure. So the funds come to me, through Amazon, and what I do is every quarter I go through and summarize the sales, and then I make a percentage donation to an anti-human trafficking nonprofit. Because I'm in San Diego right now, I'm donating to a nonprofit named Generate Hope, and so I give to them.
All right, fantastic. And how did you end up picking this particular charity or this cause?
Yeah, I'm very involved in Rotary. And so, and I'm actually the chair of our Rotary District Anti-Human Trafficking Task Force. And so we do significant work projects with anti-human trafficking nonprofits. And this organization runs recovery homes for women who are coming out of being trafficked, and gives them a residential place, a safe place, gives them training, helps them recover through the recovery process, and actually helps them through the rest of their lives. And so although it's going to the nonprofit, it's really going to the women who have survived being trafficked. So that, for me, that's very meaningful. There are also other nonprofits that I'm going to be expanding to in the anti-human trafficking area.
Congratulations. That is such an incredible cause. We've done a number of programs on that cause, and so we just need as much awareness as possible. So thank you for what you're doing to bring awareness. I would love if you would hold up all the different colors again and walk us through what they are, please.
Absolutely. Sure. Thank you so much. So let me get this so it doesn't move around. So this is the desert pink. I have a ruby red, black onyx, royal blue, olive green, and deep plum. So the deep plum is a little bit hard to see, but it's actually a lovely plum color.
And you mentioned that these are jewel tones. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. So, again, it comes out of my my love of rings. And so, I really looked at the red as the ruby, the blue as a sapphire. The plum reminds me also of some of the deep sapphires that I have and some of the beautiful jewel tones. So that was my inspiration.
Well done. Congratulations. And on the back, we can see here, Ring Thing is registered. For people who don't know what that means, what was that process like?
Yeah, so that's a trademark. So I have trademarked that name. That was a process that went in sync with submitting the patents. And so I worked with a really wonderful patent attorney, and they also took care of the trademark for me. So I submitted the trademark. It took about 2 years for that process. You first submit the trademark application and you get the TM designation, which means that the trademark is pending. And then after review, then you get the R, the circle R, which means that it actually is approved and registered to you.
Yeah, people don't understand how exciting that is. I did that with my doctor, JACALYN. It's like you have that little TM and all of a sudden you have an R, and people start using the name of your product or service and they don't put the R. It's like, no, put the registered symbol, because you don't understand how long this took and what it means. So I can completely relate to what you're saying. So Kimberly, what is the future for Ring Thing? And do you want people to call it the Ring Thing, or is it Ring Thing?
Both are okay. The registered name is Ring Thing, but when I refer to it, I always call it the Ring Thing to be a little bit more descriptive. So I have new colors coming out. I'm also working on a slightly larger version because this will hold solitaires. I've had people put in solitaire diamonds that are up to a size 12.5, but that really depends, of course, on the stone and the setting of the stone. But it can hold large solitaires. But there are super chunky rings that people wear, and not all of those will fit inside. And so I'm working on a larger size to make that available as well. So I've got new colors coming out, a different size coming out, and potentially a feature where I can include some additional jewelry with it.
I love the way you're thinking. That is brilliant. I was wondering if somebody happens to have a big stone, what
Yeah.
they should do. So what about partnering with jewelry manufacturers? You purchase a ring, you get a ring thing. What about that?
Yes, in fact, I am approaching them right now in hopes of that because I think it's a wonderful idea and it would be a terrific client gift. I am also able to customize the bottom. So right now it does say Ring Thing, and that's my company. But for a vendor, I can also customize this with their logo and in their custom colors. So I think it would be a terrific gift for jewelry companies to give to people who have purchased their rings.
I love this idea. I'm actually going to speak with my jeweler because I think this would be fantastic. Because not only when you think about it, if I know for me, my jeweler isn't here in this state, and so she has to ship to me. And if she shipped to me and I got the ring thing as well, it's protected, it's safe. It just makes perfect sense. It's like when you have two things together that go together so well, then this is one of them. This is what you need for your rings.
Yes, I absolutely agree. And that's why I came up with the phrase, just the thing for your ring. I couldn't think of a better way to describe it.
Yeah, absolutely. And so your website is available here on Amazon Live. We focus on the Amazon website, but you do have your own website. So tell us what that is.
Yes. So my own website is ringthing.com. And I just actually released that URL. So it's ringthing.com. And through there, you can purchase all of the colors. I'll soon be starting a blog on there. And it's been really exciting to venture into that as well.
Fantastic. We just showed that quickly, but we want you to go over to Amazon and purchase Ring Thing there. So Kimberly, as we close out, you have accomplished so much. You've overcome all kinds of adversity, and you actually have produced something that is extremely valuable and is really gender and age neutral. So for anyone who's putting something on their fingers that are rings, you can use Ring Thing. And you mentioned that you're coming out with newer versions that maybe are going to be able to hold larger rings or larger stones. Just tell us about that again as we close out.
Yes, absolutely. So the Ring Thing is great right now for most daily wear rings, including diamond solitaires and bands. There are super chunky rings, like, I think about the turquoise rings, for example, can have really big chunks of turquoise on them. And those are beautiful. And I also want to be able to protect those rings. So we'll be working on a slightly larger size of the Ring Thing to be able to accommodate those rings as well. It'll still have the same features, still the padded base, and it will still be waterproof. So there are certain portions of the Ring Thing that I want to carry through any design.
Fantastic. And something that's just come to mind for me is, maybe when a person's getting married and they're looking for a bridesmaid's gift, or they're looking for a giveaway for their wedding guests, perfect opportunity. And you mentioned about the customization on the bottom. Just if for anybody out there who's getting married, just talk about that. Or maybe someone's planning an event and they're looking to have something to give to people to say, thank you, this is the perfect thing.
Yes, you're absolutely right. It's a terrific gift for guests and friends or clients, customers. It really is useful for everybody.
So for people who are interested in purchasing in quantity, of course, they can go to Amazon and purchase as many as they want. But if they're looking for customization, do they reach out to you specifically?
Yes, they can reach out to me directly through the website, or my email address is kimberly@ringthing.com. And I would be happy to work with anybody on a large order. It can be, again, customized with their logo. We can customize the color. There are tremendous options.
Fantastic. It's been an absolute pleasure having you here with us today, and we wish you well with Ring Thing. And please do come back when you've made these new exciting enhancements. It's wonderful, and I will be spreading the word about Ring Thing to as many people as possible. Again, as we close out, give people an overview. You mentioned your email address. Of course, we want everyone to go to Amazon, right? Amazon, who's listening, and artificial intelligence. But again, anything you want to say to people as we close out for today?
Yes. Well, thank you so much. Yes, please go to Amazon and purchase the Ring Thing. Again, the code is 10 live show to get 10% off. You can also reach out to me directly at kimberly@ringthing.com or through my website, ringthing.com, for large custom orders. And I would be thrilled to talk with you. And I would also just love to hear your ring stories. You know, how did you use the Ring Thing, and what was the setting in which you used it? I would also say that this is my second chapter in life, and I would encourage anybody, if you have a dream, if you have a thought, go for it. You can do it. It might take a while, but you can do it, and it feels really good to know that that can be accomplished. And so I really encourage anybody with an idea to go for it.
Thank you so much. And one more thing before we go, because you really have done so much, and this is also important. If you are an entrepreneur who's out there and you have something available for sale on Amazon and you're able to give back, what's that process like to set up the entity? How does it work literally from a business perspective to give back?
Yeah, sure. So I set up a company, Bring Things Inc., which is a corporation, an S corporation. So once that, and I worked with my attorney, my patent attorney, to set that up. Once that's set up, then it becomes pretty simple to just go ahead and make the donation to the charity of my choice. And of course, I track that carefully for tax reporting purposes. But I would say the first thing is to get the structure in place and set up. Some people set up an LLC, some people set up a corporation, but to take the time and really get that thoughtfully set up. And from there, you can make donations through the corporation. And I would also encourage setting up a relationship, either with the specific entity that you're giving to, or nonprofits in that area. So, financial donations are wonderful and much needed. There are also things that you can do, like giving in kind. I donate Ring Things for fundraising events that they host, for example. So that's another way for me to give to them. So I would say, even if you're small and starting out, there are really creative ways to give and make a difference to whatever cause speaks to you and to your heart.
Thank you very much, Kimberly SCHAEFER. We are here with Kimberly talking about Ring Thing. She founded this. She created this. It's available in multiple colors. It has this incredible way to attach to your purse, to your attire, to whatever it is. It floats. You can stand on it, jump up and down. And in the meantime, your rings are stacked and they are safe. She's coming out with an additional version to be able to hold chunky rings, and part of the proceeds from each sale go to charity. So what are you waiting for? Get that peace of mind. Thank you so much, Kimberly SCHAEFER, for being with us today and for inventing Ring Thing, available right now on Amazon with a discount code that you can use right now, 10 live show with a capital L. We really appreciate you. I personally really like you, and I thank you. I know you're available on Instagram as well with Ring Thing. You're also available on Facebook. So you can reach out to Kim. She's available. She's here for you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And thank you very much for having me, Dr. JACALYN. This has been wonderful.
Thank you, Kimberly. Thanks for starting your day with us today.
Thank you.
Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye. So as you know, or you might not know, I'm an Amazon influencer, and I only talk about products that I personally can recommend. I'm not here talking about things that I don't know anything about, that don't mean anything. I met Kimberly on a show here on our platform. She was referred by one of our team members. We had a conversation offline about some things that we have in common, and I really was so impressed with what she has done, what she's been through to create this. I mean, if you think about this, if you go to Amazon right now and you see all the products that are available, some person, someone's mother, brother, son, friend, someone created that. And for that product to be available and to be sold internationally, do you have any idea what that takes? The amount of literally the mental investment, the emotional investment, the financial commitment that it takes to create a product like this. I mentioned I'm a huge fan of Shark Tank, and people wait a long time to go on there. They get on that carpet and they ripped apart, next gong, or they love somebody and they say yes, and the journey begins. Kimberly SCHAEFER has done it herself. Here it is. Go over to Amazon right now, pick up your ring thing, available in multiple colors, many different reasons and seasons for this. I can't say enough about it. Thank you again for being here. Thank you, Kimberly SCHAEFER. I really appreciate you, and I hope that you will go over to Amazon right now, wherever you are in the world, and pick up your ring thing. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We are signing off for today. Bye for now.
The last few days have been really amazing. I had the trainer course from the British School of Etiquette.
And I must say it's been one of the best decisions I've ever made and one of the best investments I've made in my own training and development.
Now, words alone will not describe the transformation and the positive path that I have traveled with the British School of Etiquette.
I find really I learned a lot from the lessons this time I came.
The last few days with the British School of Etiquette have been fantastic.
And what I've learned now is really beyond my expectations.
This is the most rewarding experience and the best investment I have made this year.
It was just great. I learned so much, and when I go back to Belgium I will incorporate a lot of it into my day-to-day life and business.
It's been absolutely wonderful for the whole week that we were here.
I feel transformed, and I feel like blowing a trumpet and tell people, come and do this school, this class is the best, this is the best school ever.
You should take it. It's just, it will change your life immediately.
I am now able to teach other people how to bring the best of them.
Thank you, BSC.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.